Welcome to the NFL Scoreboard for week number 5 of the NFL season. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here, and Sunday night up at Gillette tonight, the New England Patriots squaring off against the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll preview that game. Let's take a look at our other NFL football scores here, and let's take a look down in Carolina here, where the Carolina Panthers defense stood up to the Bears here as they defeated the Chicago Bears 31-24 out in Charlotte, North Carolina here. Here's Cam Newton for the 19 for 35 attempts for 255 yards with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jay Cutler for the Bears had 2 touchdowns and 2 picks for 20 for 36 to 289 yards. The Panthers get the score on Philly Brown, 79-yard punt return to make it 7-0 in favor of the Panthers. And then Matt Forte, 10-yard pass from Jay Cutler tied it at 7-7 apiece. And then a 10-yard run from Cutler to make it 14-7. And then in the second quarter here, Alshon Jeffrey gets a 25-yard pass from Jay Cutler to make this 21-7 in favor of the Bears. But then the Panthers started a comeback here as Greg Olsen, a 9-yard pass from Cam Newton to make it 21-14 Bears at the halftime break. And then Chris Agbanaya gets a 1-yard run to tie it in the third quarter. And then Robbie Gould gets a 45-yard field goal attempt to make this 24-21 Bears. And then Graham Gagne gets a 44-yard field goal to tie it at 24 apiece. And then Greg Olsen, 6-yard pass from Cam Newton again as the Carolina Panthers. He stands up to Cutler and the Bears as they defeat the Chicago Bears 31-24 here, as now they improve their records to 3-2 in the season. Bears fall to 2-3. Down in Arlington, Texas, it was a battle of the Lone Star State here. Here's the Dallas Cowboys squared off against the Houston Texans here, as Dan Bailey kicked a 49-yard field goal in overtime at a miss at the end of regulation, ended his franchise record streak of made kicks as the Dallas Cowboys defeat the Houston Texans 20-17 at Arlington Stadium here. At Cowboy Stadium is no score in the first quarter. Then Dan Bailey kicks a 33-yard field goal attempt to make it 3-0 Cowboys. And then Arian Foster with a 15-yard touchdown run to make it 7-3 Texans. And then Terrence Williams, a 43-yard pass from Tony Romo to make it 10-7, Cowboys 2-3. And then Des Bryant with a 2-yard pass from Tony Romo to make this 17-7 in favor of the Cowboys. And then Randy Bullock kicks a 29-yard field goal to make it 17-10 boys. And then Aaron Foster, 1-yard run to tie this at 17-17 apiece. And Dan Bailey, a 49-yard field goal as the Dallas Cowboys defeat the Houston Texans 20-17 in a battle of Texas of Lone Star State as they Dallas Cowboys improved their record to 4-1 in the season here. Tony Romo, he passed for 41 attempts for 324 yards with 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, while Ryan Fitzpatrick 16 for 25 for 154 yards and 1 interception here. Okay, let's start you off out in Detroit, where the Buffalo Bills squared off against the Detroit Lions as they defeat the Detroit Lions 17-14 here. As Kyle Orton makes his debut as the Bills come from behind to beat the Detroit Lions here. As Golden Tate, the former Seahawks turned Lion, make the 9-yard pass from Matthew Stafford, make it 7-0 in favor of the Lions through 1 quarter. And then Robert Mathis, Rasheem Mathis, a 41-yard interception return to make it 14-0 in favor of the Lions. But then the Bills began their comeback trail. 45-yard field goal by Dan Carpenter to make it 14-3 Lions at halftime. And then a 25-yard field goal to make it 14-6 in favor of the Lions. And then Chris Graham, a 2-yard pass from Kyle Orton and a Fred Jackson run to tie it at 14 feet. And then The Bills complete their comeback on a 58-yard field goal from Dan Carpenter as the Buffalo Bills improved their record to 3-2 in the season with a 17-14 comeback victory over the Detroit Lions as Kyle Orton in his Bills debut 30 for 43 for 308 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and Matt Stafford for the Lions 18 for 31 for 221 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception here. Boy, the Patriots are sure going to have their hands full next week in Buffalo because, boy, that Kyle Orton sure can pass that ball. Boy, that Kyle Orton could be awesome. Take you out to Indianapolis, where it is a battle of the Mayflower Moving Bull as the Baltimore Ravens travel down to Indianapolis to beat the Indianapolis Colts, formerly known as the Baltimore Colts there. And as Andrew Luck, Colts beat Ravens in a third straight victory as the Colts defeat the Baltimore Ravens 20-13 here. As the Indianapolis Colts got on the board on a 3-0 on an Adam Vinatieri 30-yard field goal to make this 3-0 in favor of the Colts. And then in the second quarter, Adam Vinatieri another field goal from 34 to make it 6-0 in favor of the Colts. And then Justin Tucker kicks a 52-yarder to make this 6-3 Colts at halftime. And then Dwayne Allen, 6-yard pass from Andrew Luck, and then Adam Vinatieri kick to make this 13-3 Colts 2-3. And then Justin Tucker, 27-yard field goal to make this 13-6 in favor of the Colts. And then Andrew Luck, 13-yard run. It was 26 in favor of the Colts. And then Justin Forsett, 11-yard touchdown run as the Baltimore Ravens got the ball back after the Colts fumbled at the red zone, but Flacco and the Ravens couldn't prevail as Andrew Luck, 32-49 attempts for 312 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, as they defeat the Baltimore Ravens 20-13 as they improved their record 3 to a tie for the Texans for first place. Down in Jacksonville, Steelers and the Jags. Joe Flacco, 22-30 for 235 yards and 1 interception here. Down in Jacksonville, as the Jacksonville Jaguars are still looking for their first win of the 2014 season, but they remain winless as they lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers 17-9 here, as the Jaguars got on the board first on a Josh Scobie 43-yard field goal to make the 3-0 in favor of the Jags for 1 quarter. And then Sean Sisson returned the favor with a 24-yard field goal to make this 3-3. And then Michael Palmer, a 1-yard pass from Roethlisberger to make this 10-3 Steelers. And then Scobie kicks a pair of field goals from 35 yards and 36 yards to make it 10-9 Steelers. And then Bryce McCain's interception return sealed it for the Steelers as they defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars 17-9. As now they have improved their record to 3-2 on the season, while the Jaguars are searching for another win. Okay, take you out to Nons, Louisiana, where it was a sunny one down in the French Quarter here as the Non-Saints edge up Tampa Bay Buccaneers 37-31 in overtime here. As Drew Brees, 35 for 57 attempts and 371 yards and 2 touchdowns and picked off 3 times. But despite that, the Saints squeaked out with victory as the Saints got on the board in the first quarter on a pair of Shane Graham field goals, 1 from 30 and 1 from 29, make it 6-0 in favor of the Saints. And then Pierre Thomas, a 15-yard pass from Drew Brees to make this 13-0 in favor of the Saints in the second quarter. But then, the Never Say Die Buccaneers, who had that attitude against the Steelers, last game to cut to the win, fought back as Patrick Murphy kicks a 55-yard field goal to make this 13-3 in favor of the Saints. And then, Louis Murphy, 20-yard pass from Mike Glennon as the Saints leads now 13-10. And then, Bobby Rainey, a 9-yard run to tie this at 17 apiece here. As the Saints now take the 17-13 down, 17-13 to the Bucks. And then the Bucks continue to keep that momentum going as Denny Lenshasha gets a 33-yard interception return, and it's 24-13 in favor of the Bucks. But then the Saints fought back here as Traverse kicked it 5-yard pass with Drew Brees to make this 24-20 Buccaneers. And then Mike Glennon to Robert Heron, a 9-yard pass from Mike Glennon, as now the Buccaneers now lead this 31-20 here. But the Saints fought back as Pierre Thomas sprints for 27-yard runs, and they failed on the pass. So it's now 31-26 in favor of the Buccaneers. And then Matt Glennon tackling the end zone by Gillette for safety. 31-20 in favor of the Bucks. And then Shane Graham at 44-yard field goal tied it. And then the Saints complete their comeback on a Kerry Robinson 18-yard run as the non-Saints fight back and they defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 37-31. Out at the Superdome. Over at the Meadowlands there, the New York Giants took on the Atlanta Falcons there. As Eli Manning, Giants complete comeback win over Falcons as he passed for 19 for 30 yards for Eli Manning and 200 yards and 2 touchdowns as his New York Giants defeat the Atlanta Falcons 30-20 here. As the Atlanta Falcons in the first quarter, after Manning threw past Ruben Randall, make it 7-0 in favor of the Giants, and the Atlanta Falcons tied it up in a Steven Jackson 10-yard run to tie this at 7-7 apiece. And then in the second quarter, Matt Bryant kicked the 20-yard field goal to make this 10-7 favor of Falcons, but then Josh Brown tied it up at 10 with a 49-yard field goal, and then Matt Bryant retook the lead for the Falcons with a 20-yard field goal to make this 13-10 in favor of Falcons at the halftime break here. And then Antoine Smith, 74-yard pass from Matt Ryan, who had 29 for 45 to 360 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick to make this 20-10 in favor of the Falcons. But then the Giants fought back here. Andre Williams, a 3-yard run to make this 2017 Falcons. And then Odell Beckham, a 15-yard pass from Eli Manning to make this a 24-20 lead for the Giants. And then the Giants sealed it with a pair of field goals from Josh Brown, 1 for 50 and 1 from 26 yards. The New York Giants go to 3-2 in the season with a 30-20 victory over the Atlanta Falcons there. Take a ride down the Jersey Pike down to Philadelphia, where the Philadelphia Eagles are standing at 4-1 and also at the top of the Cowboys as they defeat the St. Louis Rams 34-28 here. As Nick Foles threw for 2 touchdown passes, the defense, special teams each scored as the Eagles held off the Rams for a 34-28 victory here. As Nick Foles for 24 for 37 attempts and 207 yards with 2 touchdowns here. As the Eagles got off to a good start here as Chris Moragas got a 10-yard return of block, but to make the 7-0 in favor of the Eagles. And then Cordy Parkey got a pair of field goals, one from 26 and 27 yards, make the 13 in favor of the Eagles. And then in the second quarter, the Rams got on the board on a Brian Quick 8-yard pass from Austin Davis to make this 13-7 in favor of the Eagles. But then Riley Cooper, a 9-yard pass from Nick Foles to make this 14. Now 27 in favor of the Eagles through 2 quarters. And then the Eagles got lucky here as Cedric Fortin fumbled recovering in the end zone to make this 27-7 in favor of the Eagles. And then Jeremy Maclin, 24-yard pass from Nick Foles to make this 34-7 in favor of the Eagles. And the Eagles were running away with this. But not so fast as the St. Louis Rams started to come back here as Benny Cunningham, a 14-yard run to make this 28. To make this 34-14 in favor of the Eagles there. And then Kane Britt, 30-yard pass from Aston Davis to make this 34-21 in favor of the Eagles. And Brian Quick, a 5-yard pass from Austin Davis. But the Rams ran out of gas as the feisty Eagles held off the pesky Rams 34-28 here, as now they're tied with the Cowboys for first place in the National Football Conference Eastern Division with a 4-1 record here. Okay, out in Denver here. Nope. Let's start you out in Nashville here. Where the Cleveland Browns. Never say die, Cleveland Browns. Or the Cardiac Browns. It reminded you of Browns sight in the 1980 Browns here, as Brandon Hoyer threw a 6-yard touchdown pass to Travis Benjamin with 69 seconds left, and the Cleveland Browns right from a 25-point deficit to beating the Tennessee Titans 29-20 for the first road win in more than a year here. As the Tennessee Titans got on the board first on a Kendall Wright 11-yard pass from Jake Walker to make this 7-0 in favor of the Titans here, and then Walker with 11-yard pass to make this 14-0 in favor of the Titans in the second quarter, and then Billy Cundiff 38-yard field goal to make this 14-3 Titans, and then Kendall White 11-yard pass from Charlie Whitehurst to make this 17-3 in favor of the Titans, and then Justin Hunter a 75-yard pass from Whitehurst to make this 28-3 in favor of the Titans. But then the comeback Browns began their comeback on a Jim Gray 1-yard pass from Brian Hoyt, and to make this 28-10 in favor of the Titans. And then Billy Cundiff a 42-yard field goal to make this 28-13 here, and a punt ball by T. Cordell Brown for safety, 15 in favor of the Titans. And then Travis Benjamin 17-yard pass from Brian Hoyt to make this 28-22 Titans. And then Travis Benjamin completes the comeback for the Cleveland Browns for Brian Hoyt, as the Cleveland Browns defeat the Tennessee Titans 29-28 here, as they are 2-2 in the season here. Now we'll start you off in Denver, where the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning are now feasting on the Arizona Cardinals there, 41-20 here, as Peyton Manning 30 for 46 for 466 yards and 4 touchdowns and 2 picks here, as he just got his 500th touchdown of his career, and he joins Brett Favre here, as the Arizona Cardinals got on the board on a Chandler Catanzaro field goal to make this 3-0 in favor of the Cardinals. And then Julius Thomas a 7-yard pass from Peyton Manning to make this 7-3 in favor of the Broncos. And then Catanzaro with a 40-yard field goal drive to make the 7-6 Broncos win one quarter. And then Demarius Thomas a 31-yard pass from Peyton Manning to make this 14-6 in favor of the Broncos. And then Andre Ellington a 5-yard run, and it's 14-13 in favor of the Broncos here. And then Demarius Thomas 86-yard pass from Peyton Manning to make this 21-13 in favor of the Broncos here. And then Brendan McManus a 44-yard field goal, good to make this 24-13 in favor of the Broncos. But then Andre Ellington 81-yard pass from Logan Thomas to make this 24-20 in favor of the Broncos. But then the fourth quarter belonged to the Broncos, and Brendan McManus 41-yard field goal to make this 27-20 in favor of the Broncos. And then Julius Thomas again, 12-yard pass by Manning to make this 34-20 in favor of the Broncos. And then Juwan Thompson 8-yard run, as the Denver Broncos on their way to another easy victory at Mile High over the Arizona Cardinals, 41-20. And let's take you out to San Francisco here, where the San Francisco Giants are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs here. As the San Francisco Giants leading the Kansas City Chiefs 22-17 at Levi Stadium. As Colin Kaepernick and now 14 for 26 but 201 yards and a touchdown. Alex Smith fresh from his victory over the Patriots at 17-31 for 175 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 pick here. And Travis Kelce, a 2-yard pass from Alex Smith to make this 7-0 in favor of the Chiefs. And then Phil Dawson, 31-yard field goal drive to make this 7-3 Chiefs. And then Carol Santos kicks one from 42 yards to make this 10-3 Chiefs in the second quarter. And then Phil Dawson, a 55-yard field goal drive to make this 10-6 Chiefs. And then Steve Johnson, 9-yard pass from Kaepernick as the Niners on top 13-10. And then the Chiefs get the lead right back on DeAnthony Thomas, 17-yard pass from Alex Smith as the Chiefs lead at 17-13. And then the 49ers get the lead from 3 Phil Dawson field goals as he's 5 for 5 so far, as Dawson has a 52-yarder, a 27-yarder, and a 30-yarder as the San Francisco Giants are leading. San Francisco 49ers leading the Kansas City Chiefs 22-17. This just got a final out in San Francisco here. Down in San Diego, the San Diego Chargers are cruising like a sports car traveling down I-5 from Los Angeles to San Diego, as the San Diego Chargers are showing a good day on the New York Jets, 31-0 there. As Phillip Rivers here, swimming here with 20 for 20 for 288 yards and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception here. Meanwhile, for Geno Smith, 4 for 12 for 27 yards and an interception here. As Antoine Gates, an 8-yard pass from Phillip Rivers to make this 7-0 in favor of the Chargers. And Gates, again from 12 yards from Rivers, make this 14-0 in favor of the Chargers here. And then Brendan Oliver, 15-yard run to make this 21-0 in favor of the Chargers. And then Oliver, 9 yards from Phillip Rivers in the third quarter to make this 20-0 in favor of the Chargers. And then Nick Novak, 34-yard field goal drive. Here's the San Diego Chargers are cruising all over the New York Jets, 31-0. Okay, let's take a look at tonight's matchup here. It is going to be New England Patriots looking to bounce back from that Monday night disaster against the Kansas City Chiefs here, as they had the worst loss since the Brady Belichick era here. A 41-14 thrashing by the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football here, as that was the worst loss in the Brady Belichick era since opening day 2003, when they lost 31-0 to the Bills. But that's not me easy tonight, as we are going to take the Patriots' opponents for tonight, Cincinnati Bengals here, who are on an 3-0 so far, and there are talks in the media that Tom Brady may be to the Patriots, but here's my take on this. Patriot fans, Tom Brady is the best quarterback the Patriots ever had here. And those of you, some reports that Brady is not getting along with his coaching staff. I like Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan, and Bill Belichick is the best coach in the business. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. Bill Belichick makes mistakes. Robert Kraft, everybody makes mistakes. But no matter, nobody is perfect in the Patriots organization. Yes, I know Minkins is gone. I know the offensive line's not good, but that loss against the Kansas City Chiefs will be a wake-up call for the Patriots here, as they are going to be focused on football. Tom Brady's not going to get traded. Bill Belichick is a good coach. Robert Kraft's a good owner, and I stand by the Patriots as proud to be a Patriots fan. Here's the Patriots are looking to focus on beating the Bengals and not focus on what the media says. Here's the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals going to square off on Sunday Night Football down at Gillette here. And And Tom Brady for 81 for 137 for 791 yards and 4 touchdowns to your ball. Eddie Dalton so far 55 for 84 at 722 yards and 2 touchdowns there. And let's take a look at the matchup here. Look at this matchup. The Cincinnati Bengals have dominated this matchup on every offensive comparison here. Cincinnati Bengals 384 yards to New England Patriots 298.5. 2 passing yards per game. Cincinnati Bengals at 262.3, while the Patriots 201 yards and Cincinnati Bengals rush yards 121.7 yards to New England Patriots 97.5 yards a game. So this is going to be a tough one here at Gillette, but the Patriot fans are going to stand by their Patriots man. Win or lose, and let's hope the Patriots will get out of here with a victory here. As the Cincinnati Bengals have averaged 26.7 points a game to the New England Patriots 20 points per game. Third down for conversion. Patriots lead by a slim margin 36.2 to the Bengals 35.1. Time of possession 18:44 for the Bengals, 17:53 for the Patriots here. In defensive comparison, total yards per game, the Bengals at 352.7, the New England Patriots 315.2. Passing yards per game allowed 239.3 for the Bengals, while 185.5 for the Patriots. And rush yards allowed 129.8 for the Patriots, while 113.3 for the Bengals. Points per game allowed. Look at that. 22.5 for the Patriots, for the Bengals 11. And third down conversion allowed 46.9 for the Patriots, 31.7 for the Bengals. Also hope to me. Let's hope Brady and Belichick learn from the mistakes, not focus on what the media says, and focus on playing football here. So that is my opinion today, and that is going to be it for the NFL scoreboard on this Sunday, October 5th, 2014. I'm Peter Wiggins, saying I hope you have a good night, have a good evening, and I'll see you for the halftime report during the Patriots-Bengals game. I'll see you for Sports Roundup, and we will cut the football highlights, the Patriots games, the baseball scores, all the sports you ever talk about on Sports Roundup right after the Patriots-Bengals game. Go Patriots! Woohoo! Let's call those Bengals for a win!